Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to the Talking Pigskin Week 16 edition. As always, I'm your host, Keshwar, and pleased to report to you that I went 3-2 last week. Not bad at all. No one saw Nick Foles beating the Rams, so kind of got lucky with that. Same thing with the Patriots. I don't remember the last time I saw them lose back-to-back games. It's been a while. So it's been a very entertaining year in the NFL. Sure, I'm wrong about these picks, but those games have been very fun to watch. So definitely there's an upside to that. As far as the Jets, just like I predicted, they would show up against the Texans. Sam Darnold has been playing very well the last couple of weeks. Believe that injury and the time off helped him. The game has definitely slowed down for him mentally, and he can read defenses a lot better than he did the first couple of weeks of the season. So I'm happy to see the development and improvement on this young quarterback of ours. And defense, they played well, but of course DeAndre Hopkins is one of the best in the league. So getting beat by him like that didn't hit me as hard, but they played well, so I'm happy with that. It was one of the best results you can ask for. You play well and you still lose, so not bad. So let's move on to Week 16 picks. There are two games tomorrow night, but I'm going to focus on the night game where the LA Chargers will host the Baltimore Ravens. Massive game for the Ravens. If they lose and Pittsburgh, Indy, and Titans win, the Ravens are out of the playoff scenario. So this is a must-win situation for them to stay alive. But going to the Chargers, granted, LA has no home field advantage whatsoever. Phillip Rivers did not care about that this entire season. Him and his offensive arsenal and Joey Bosa and that defensive group, they don't care where they play. They show up and they get the dub. Just look at last week when they played the Chiefs. They were down the whole game with 5 minutes left to play. They came back, storming back from a 14-point deficit and won the game in the last second, going for 2. So the Chargers are in it to win it this year, guys. This is their year. I have a good feeling that Phillip Rivers will hopefully finally pull this off, and I'm going to easily pick them to take care of the Ravens. Lamar Jackson on the road against Phillip Rivers, yeah, I don't like his chances much. He can't go keep up with scoring with him. So unless he develops how to pass more, maybe I'll give him a shot, but not tomorrow night. Moving on to Sunday's game, and the first game I'll discuss is, of course, the Green Bay Packers hosting the New York Jets. I will be in attendance at MetLife Stadium to watch Darnold versus Aaron Rodgers. Now, do you guys really think Aaron Rodgers will actually put on a show? I don't think so. I think as much as he wants to play, he is going to play, but I don't think he's going to try hard, only because there's nothing to play for them. They were officially eliminated last week with a loss against the Bears. I don't think that team is very riled up. I don't expect Joe Philbin to get this team going anywhere, so I'm actually going to pick the Jets this week. Yes, Sam Darnold has been playing well enough for me to trust him to beat this Packers team at home with the last home game for the season for the Jet crowd. The stadium should be a fun place to be on Sunday. And I think Darnold will take all that in and give us, the fans, a very good Sunday to remember. He's going to take care of Aaron Rodgers. I think the Green Bay defense, which is now coached by Mike Pettin, who is also one of our old DCs, is not that great. So I believe Darnold will be able to get his way with him. As far as Jet defense, I think Aaron Rodgers is not going to try to do too much. So I don't think they'll have a lot to play around. So I will take the Jets at home on an upset, because I know Green Bay is favored. Moving on, let's go with the Texans at the Eagles. Nick Foles at home, starting to look a lot like last season when Wentz went down. So I'm going to take the Eagles to take care of business at home against the Texans, who did look very good last week against the Jets offensively, but that offensive line needs help. Deshaun Watson cannot be just chucking the ball down the field, hoping Hopkins catches it every time. That offensive line is going to protect them better. The Eagles coming off a huge win at the Rams. I think they'll be motivated and ready to go, and I think they'll take care of the Texans. I would have picked the Texans if they were at home, but at Philadelphia with that crowd, I think there's something going on in Philadelphia, and I think they'll be back somehow, some way. So they'll take care of the Texans. Moving on to the 4 o'clock game, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, who actually took care of the Patriots at home for the first time in a while, going to the Dome in New Orleans to take on the Saints. It's going to be very tough, let's be honest. The Saints haven't been impressive the last couple of weeks, but they also were on the road. Now they return home. This is when they shine. It is impossible to win at Thunderdome. Yeah, that's what I call it now. So Steelers will go walk into a very, very, very hostile place. I don't think they'll be able to pull out the victory this time. It's going to be very tough for them, even though they played well enough on defense last week. I don't think they can hold Drew Brees and company. So Saints at home. And the last game we have is the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Chiefs are favored by 2.5. Upset. I'm taking the Seahawks at home to take care of the Chiefs. Now look, Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong. But when he won against Tom Brady, when he won against Jared Goff, and when he won against Philip Rivers last week, he didn't win those games. So he's 0-3 against big quarterbacks. And now he's playing a Super Bowl winning quarterback in Russell Wilson, who is having a hell of a season, but not mentioned enough. It's not right, but I think at home, Seahawks coming off that deflating defeat against the 49ers will be jacked up in order to take care of business on prime time on NBC. I think the Seahawks will cause an upset. I don't think the Chiefs defense will travel anywhere, so they have to hope for a home field advantage. But if the Chargers win tomorrow night and the Chiefs lose Sunday night, the Chargers will be the number 1 seed in the AFC, and I would love that. But I don't think the Chiefs will be able to do anything in the playoffs anyway, so I don't think they can go to Seattle and take care of business. So there you have it. You have the LA Chargers, surprisingly the New York Jets. Then you have the Philadelphia Eagles, the New Orleans Saints, and I have the Seattle Seahawks. Those are my 5 picks this week. Let me know what you guys think. To all of you, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I can't wait to see you guys next week for Week 17, the finale picks.